Hey, how you doing? Make sure to grab this manual here, and it's just a guide to doing your own kind of side hustle on lawnmowers. Pretty much fix 90% of whatever's out there: lawnmowers, zero turns, riding mowers, whatever. Today we're going to be working on this John Deere 180 to change the blade brakes, because if you're you turn off the blades but they keep spinning, this is a way to fix that, because it's like metal on metal. You'll see here. But make sure to download this manual. It's free download. Just go to the link in the description. All right, let's get at it. Okay, so this is John Deere 180, and I don't know if it, yeah, LT 180. And what we're going to do here first is take the belt off. We're going to go ahead and pull the deck out. So we'll just take the belt off the spindle there. It's pretty easy. And then pulling these pins out makes it super simple. We'll just kind of pull these off and get them out, and then lift the lever. I'm going to need a couple hands to do this, but it's just like that. Take that, pull that pin out, and then lift the deck handle up top. It's going to move these arms out of the way, and then we'll get to it and remove the front hanger there, and we should be able to pull this right out. And for adjusting this deck up, it's a pedal in. That's going to lift the levers up there. Then we're going to set it at the highest level there and release the pedal, and that puts it at its highest. And that gets these arms out of the way. And there's also a cotter pin right here. We're going to take that out and lift that linkage up and away. That'll be out of the way. Then we're going to move this deck forward a little bit so it gets behind these hooks here. Lift it up. This belt should be real easy to come off. It just slips right off there. Pull it out, and this will be ready to slide out from underneath the mower. Okay, so we got the deck up out of there. It was just pulling these pins out and pulling it rearward a little bit. Had to disconnect the pin right here, and it springs upward out of the way. Was able to pull it straight out. Now here looks like the mounting nut and bolt there for the blade brake. You can see right here, it's got no pad on it whatsoever. And here is the new brake blade brake with the there's a part number you need right there. Definitely recommend getting OEM on this one, and see the new one with the brake pad on it. Okay, so it looks like this is a 13 millimeter. Got the wrench ready, and this should be about a 10 or so. I'm gonna have to get an open end wrench. Make note of the number of threads. There's only like one, maybe two threads coming off the end of that nut. So same with the other side. Hopefully don't have to take the pulley cover off, and we'll go ahead and get this stuff off. And I'm hoping that there's an anchor nut. It may be a carriage bolt that has to be just at least held in place on the bottom. Hopefully it's just welded onto the bottom of the frame there. We can take it off, but it looks like a pretty simple removal and replacement. Okay, so on the underside here, there actually is a bolt head that you have to hang on to while you're turning from the top. This is also a 13 millimeter. Okay, got my 13 right here on the back side. Actually, I'll probably hold it on top with my box end 13. I got a 10 mil open to get to that on top. Okay, so get this. That bolt out. Make sure not to drop the nut out in the grass here. That's that. And so it's pretty straightforward. I'll get this 10 millimeter on here now. there's a tang that goes into the deck right here, and then that just goes on there. Pretty simple. Probably get a speed this up a little bit. We get the camera over here, show you how it kind of comes off of here. It's right here, pretty simple. Might have to adjust this nut to bring the pad away from the pulley because it's so new. Okay, here's a plate that goes on top, and this should just lift out. Okay, gonna put the new one in here. Where'd my bar go? Okay. And it's gonna put this slot in the deck right here. Okay. Get this back on. Putting this back on first. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or not, but we're going to do that. And then try to position that plate. That might help hold it into place because it's kind of springy. And then, so this will be a little bit of a trick getting this started, it looks like. Now there's a couple tangs here. You got to get into position on this. It's got a couple tangs. You got to position this so it doesn't move right there. So just do that. Get it in place. And I'll put this back up, kind of leaning against the mower. Get the bolt in, nut, get it started, tighten it down. Okay, we can see how we got that back on there. Align with the bottom of the pulley is pushing up against there. This nut, see how it backed off that nut real far? So we'll go ahead and get the 10 on there, tighten it up, and we'll just make sure when we get it all back together that the blade brake is fully disengaging when we have the handle moved forward. This is a manual handle on that, so we'll do that. Check on the other side here. It looks like about the same process. I don't think I'm going to have to take this cover off, so it's basically the same thing. I had the box end wrench on this side of the plate and just zipped it out on the back side here. There's that bolt head, and that's it. Okay, hopefully that is pretty straightforward and helps somebody out with changing your blade brakes.